What's going on, everybody? Doug here, one of the host, producers, and creators of the Genre of Your Life podcast, here with another producer note for you all for this week's episode. If you heard last week's episode, you probably heard me mentioning that we recorded this week's episode and last week's back to back. That's because it's 4th of July weekend. I wanted to make sure the guys and I had time with family and friends during the holiday. And also, too, the review embargo did not lift for Jurassic World Rebirth until June 30th. So we want to respect the studio's wishes and instructions. That's why you probably hear this more abridged version of the episode. It is myself and Nick's spoiler-free review of Jurassic World Rebirth. Hope you enjoy. Hope you have a great holiday. Hope you had a great and safe holiday. And of course, we will see you all at the movies.
All right. Fire them up!
Alrighty, folks. Next on the here we go. So next, here we go for us. Nick, the time has come, my friend. The time has come. Yes.
Hell yeah.
Jurassic World Rebirth, the first of the big July blockbusters, Jurassic Soups, Superman, and of course, Fantastic Four First Steps. Jurassic
Yes.
World Rebirth, everybody. Jurassic World Rebirth is this is the seventh entry in the franchise, and the Jurassic franchise. It's coming out July 2nd. Here we go.
Jeez.
Or Nick, my friend, the honor is yours. Would you like to read a synopsis as you did the
Am,
last one?
am I reading it or am I
Would you,
summarizing it in my own words?
would you like to do the honors? Your
Oh,
call.
I got you. Say less. All right. I'm a little rusty at this, but so basically, Jurassic World Rebirth. It's a sequel to the Jurassic Park movies, the Jurassic World movies. They're doing something different with it. This time, it's not, hey guys, we figured out how to make dinosaurs, and we're gonna make a park out of it. And it's also not, hey guys, we figured out how to make bigger and more dangerous dinosaurs, and let's make a fucking public park out of it. This takes place after all of that shit. This movie starts off with those motherfuckers made dinosaurs. They lost control, and now like shit's just kind of weird. You got dinosaurs in like the streets and like, public areas and all that kind of stuff. But blah blah blah. Scarlett Johansson, she's leading a team. She's hired by I forget what the character's name is, but he was played by Rupert Friend. He hires Scarlett Johansson like, hey, I need a team to go in here and take some DNA samples from dinosaurs so we can like make so we can make money off of this shit, basically. Blah blah blah. She gets the team of like scientists. One of them is a not scientists, but it's more so they're like mercenaries. But one scientist played by Jonathan Bailey. One of the other mercenaries on her team is played by Mahershala Ali. And it's a couple other characters that they're the extras, but they go over to the facility. They have to like break in, and it's really dangerous. But it's long story short, it's a fun ride. This was the only Jurassic Park / World movie that I actually wanted to see. I've seen the very first one, and it was cool for what it was, but like as a kid, it didn't make like nothing about it was really it didn't grab me basically. And but I was a little kid. I was hanging out with my grandma. She's like, Nick, you can't be like into film and then not watch Jurassic Park. All right, fine, grandma. Damn. So then we watched it, and like it was cool. I had a good time, but like 2, 3, and then the Jurassic World movies. I'm like, y'all keep doing the same shit, and I mean that like a narrative sense, and then like the characters keep doing the same shit. The shit keeps going wrong, but then filmmakers like I don't understand like why this is so exciting to everybody. It didn't grab me. This one grabbed me because again, it's a different formula. When I try to figure out how to make fucking dinosaurs, we have to like steal DNA from them, like while they're still alive. How the fuck are we gonna do that? Boom. That's your premise right there. Fun and action ensues, but it was cool. It was a fun ride. There were I think a couple of corny lines, of course, but it was cool. The visual effects. I enjoyed the design of the dinosaurs or the designs were creative and fun in my opinion. So I liked I liked the new designs. I I think I enjoyed like the first 2/3 of the movie the most. Shocker if you've already seen the Jurassic Park movies, but like the third act, that's like, or the second half of Act Two, like when everything's kind of going to shit, like, oh man, we got to like escape. It was fine, it was cool, but for me, I enjoyed more of the setup and then the exploration aspect of the film. There were some side characters. There was like another family there, and they get involved in blah 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 blah. Like typically, I don't really like fuck with that type of like storytelling where it's like, yeah, like the main people, and then it's like way over here it's another group of people that don't really have anything to do with it until like everything like coalesces. But this family, they actually did a good job with them. I thought, like the characters I found to be likable. And I felt like they did kind of interweave with the main plot pretty solidly. Um, it ended pretty cool too. There was one character, I'm not gonna spoil it right now, but I thought that they were going to get killed, and they did not. Had they gotten killed, I would have been like, it would have been kind of whack to me. But it seemed like they were just like kind of gearing up, like, hey, this character's gonna die, da da da, and then grace to God, they didn't. But over, I liked it. I liked it. I would give it like a 7.2 out of 10. It was a good
Okay.
time. It was fun. I would definitely watch it again because again, this was like the entire Jurassic franchise. This is the only movie that I actually wanted to see, and it was because they were doing something different with it. While still, it's still clearly Jurassic World, but again, like they formula and really great cast. I loved it.
It's fun. This picture make me laugh. Hey, where you going? The T-Rex is like, hey, get back here.
No, that scene in the movie, I was like, oh my god,
Get
hey,
back
edge
here.
of my fucking seat,
Um,
edge of my fucking seat right there.
Here comes disappointing Doug to the rescue. If you
Lamest superhero ever.
Oh hell yeah, man! This is the This is like the F squad of superheroes, man. This is like the superhero movie of super like that parody one with Drake Bell. This is where I'm coming from. Um, if you've heard me on the podcast, if you've known me in general, I have never been a fan of the Jurassic Park franchise. Never have, and probably never will be. And unfortunately, this
But hold
movie,
up, Doug. What if they put Timothy Chalamet in the franchise?
I will never watch a movie ever again.
What if he's the main dinosaur?
They better kill that motherfucker. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm
He,
kidding. I'm
he
kidding. Hey,
he's talking about the dinosaur, you
dinosaur. I'm
guys. He's
dinosaur.
talking about
Dinosaur.
the dinosaur, the
Just
fictional character.
hit him with a tranquilizer dart, and knock him out for a little bit. Um, oh man, Timmy Chalamet in Jurassic Park, a recipe for disaster, or AKA my personal hell. Um, um, I'm not a fan of these franchises. 0 for 7 for me. If you heard our summer movie preview a few weeks ago, I was I went optimistic, of course. I was looking forward to seeing it, with you and with everybody. Had no expectations. I love being proven wrong about stuff, about movies, everything in general. And this one I was like, I don't know about this one. So, and the first few minutes, I'm like, okay, maybe, because first off, I thought Gareth Edwards, fan of his work. I love the creator. I love the creator. I thought Rogue One was fine for what it was. I mean, it was filmed beautifully, but overall, it's
Oh
kind of
yeah.
like, it was cool, I guess. Godzilla to me was kind of, yeah, sure, I guess, whatever. But I mean, I remember seeing the creator. I just was in love. I loved it. Again, I'm a big John David Washington fan. I love original sci-fi stuff. I love the creator. I loved it. I have it on 4K. And as you probably know this too, I took this on the way back from the screening too, is that David Leitch was supposed to direct this because Spielberg had
Yeah.
a meeting with him. David Leitch, yeah, great man, from Fall Guy to Deadpool Wolverine, for Deadpool 2, to the first John Wick, Hobbs and Shaw, Atomic Blonde, Bullet Train, great filmmaker. But I don't really see him for that. But Gareth Edwards, I was like, okay, yeah, for sure. Okay, I can see that. I can see that. I tell you what, I did respect that this movie was shot on film, like 35 mil film. That's
Ooh.
awesome. Because when we watched it, I was like, oh yeah, you tell the film grain is definitely there.
Mhm.
I respect that a lot, and it definitely, again, also to this point too. I didn't really care for any of them, but I thought the Jurassic World was like overly CGI. I did respect that in this one, a lot more practicality in this, where I'm like, cool, go back to basics. Like I do, like, and that's why I think that's why I love Alien Romulus a lot because it was okay, cool. We're going back to basics. We're going back to the practical sets and practical effects and like xenomorph puppets. I was like, ooh, this is what I'm cool. I like this stuff a lot. Yes, there's
Yeah.
CGI in the movie, but like the blend of both was great. And it's what gives me credit. The blend of both practical and CG was really cool. I'm like, I get it. At times, CGI was a little like, all right, but then it's like, it looks pretty cool. I'll give it that. Mahershala Ali, I thought Mahershala Ali and Jonathan Bailey were for sure the main two standouts. Mahershala Ali to me again is just one of the best actors working today, and Jonathan Bailey, I've been a fan of his now since watching him in Wicked, and I thought
Oh yeah.
those two like stole the show for me. Scarlett Johansson, who I'm a fan of, I felt like she was kind of phoning it in a lot in the beginning. She was like, "Oh no, like, really? Is your car unlocked?" It was just like, "Oh, girl, what are you doing? Like, you're good. Come on, you're an
Yeah.
actor. Come
I
on."
could kind of see what you mean with this one, where it does kind of feel like I already did like one major franchise. Let me just like do another, secure this check.
Yeah,
Which I'm not mad at because I mean
get your
shit, money
bag.
makes the world go round.
Get your bag.
I ain't gonna lie.
Get
I'll
your
do the same
bag.
thing.
I mean, hey, yeah, right.
Excuse me.
Give me some of that cash. Give me some of that Spielberg Emblem cash. Let's go. But I felt like she's a good actress. I felt she was kind of just like really just kind of phoning it in. And it was just like, girl, we've seen you better stuff. Um, and again, I thought the score was really good. Again, the score, I thought they used John Williams' score a lot, very well into the plot, into the story overall. I thought the water stuff was cool up until the family gets introduced. Okay, this might be a small spoiler, and I apologize, but it's in the trailer though. I feel like the movie would have been a lot better if the family was not involved. 'Cause I feel like it was kind of like a mercenary plus Rupert
Yeah.
Friend's character. Like, hey yo, maybe like if they
I
had
would have
gotten
kept it more concise.
more tight too, like more
Yeah.
tight, like more tight. Like that's why I love Romulus because it was like, okay, we're a few of us, we're going to the spaceship, let's go get this heist, whatever. I was like, I like that with that. And this, it kind of felt a little convoluted when they
Yeah.
got to the. Go ahead.
No, because I'm with you on that. Like I typically like characters like the family, I would kind of be because I didn't like it when they did that in Justice League. But like here, I see what you're saying because like I think they tied in pretty well to everything. But even with that said, I don't really get why they involved them because in the trailer I don't remember them being there. In the trailer, I just remember it was Scarlett Johansson's team.
I remember seeing them on the they're on the boat for sure. I remember seeing them on the boat, but they didn't show like when they met the family, but they were on the boat. I remember at one of the or maybe or maybe the TV spot or whatever that one of the online ads, and and I was like, okay, okay, and I meant the dad. I mean, you can tell like he's being a good father, trying to look out for his kids and his daughter's boyfriend, who that guy I couldn't stand. And people were like, oh, I remember our friend Caitlin was like, oh my gosh, like I'm like. He annoyed me. Like
Yeah.
I know dudes like him from him in high school and college where I was like, oh no, man, you're one of these kind of clowns.
True.
Like,
No,
come
yeah, the movie either should have been either the mercenary team or the family.
yes, like yeah, that exactly. Or if they had got into the island and there was someone already there too, like what are you doing here? We were here first, whatever, blah blah blah. That would be like, ooh,
Or
like
like
who's
they got stranded there, and then the mercenaries like ran into them there, like we've been here for months, like holy shit, y'all gotta get us out of here. And then right there comes a horror movie. Now it becomes
yes,
like fuck the DNA or whatever. Now we just got to escape.
yes. That
Yeah.
that would have made a more intriguing and a better approach, more like a appealing approach. Where I'd be like, oh yeah, hell yeah, I'm on board with this now. And again, the whole time I'm just like, in 20 minutes in, I said, I checked out. I was sitting there, okay, like I wasn't like, oh my god, I was like. like huffing and puffing. I was like, I'm gonna check my watch. That's rude. Because I know how hard it is to make a movie. I wasn't bolting out of there, but I said there, I was like, you know what? I would give it a chance. And also too. I'm also not a big fan of the Predator franchise either, so I think this franchise is not just for me. And I know people, it's a beloved franchise. I just feel like a lot of the character decisions. That's my parents' dog. I'm making that noise. Um, it's a lot of the character decisions I was kind of just like, and Mahershala Ali gets put on a great performance where I'm like, this man needs his Blade movie, this man needs his
Yep.
franchise, this man needs, more work because he's just a phenomenal actor. And again, also I am now becoming more a fan of Jonathan Bailey more and more when I watch him.
Hmm.
There's again on a story on a practical and technical level as a film, it works. But on a story and as a just overall, I mean, And Rupert Friend I thought was good. I mean, I've seen him a lot of stuff this year. He was in Companion. He was in this. He was in the Phoenician Scheme with Henderson's movies. A lot of stuff. Good actor. And it just, to me, it just I don't know. I know what I was expecting. I kind of knew I was gonna get walking in like, oh, we'll see what happens. And I did like the scene when they're on the island. There's a scene where like they're at like a kind of like a gas station thing. That was kind of cool. That was kind of
Yeah.
cool. Um, but I think just these movies are not for me, and I'm willing to accept that. Again, we did our part. We're critics, we're reviewers. It's part of our job is to see everything and anything for the most part. And I don't know. I was hoping to be proven wrong, Nick. I really was. I mean, what man? This is gonna be the one to prove me wrong. And definitely a summer popcorn flick. Don't get me wrong. Definitely,
Yeah.
it's definitely there. And yeah, I thought this scene again, the opening scene to me, I thought was like, it's my old parents' dog. It's Brixton, barking. Brixton, no. And this scene was cool. This scene was cool because it
Yeah.
was like that was the horror vibe, but the reason why this happens, I was like, really? I was like, this thing. I was like, this is why this thing happens. And I was like, oh man, like kind of like the
Yeah.
sad Charlie Brown thing, like,
It's like,
oh
yeah.
man. But that scene was cool. And again, you see how cool it was shot on film. It was real sets built, whatever. But to me though, I was like, man, to me, I was like, I feel like if they embraced the horror element more, like again, a rated R Jurassic movie would have been so cool.
That would be dope. Yeah. If
No,
the movie kind of followed, as you were saying, like the vibe of this scene right here,
right here, this scene right
all
here.
the
Yep.
way through, like yeah, that would have been dope. And I don't know if they've like done this before, but one thing that I would have probably done is like instead of like the thing that led to this scene, instead of them doing it like that, I maybe would have had it where like again, this isn't a spoiler because this didn't technically happen, but I would have had it where like maybe someone was kind of fucking around with something, and then it caused all of this mayhem and destruction to happen, and and then it caused the inciting incident.
Yes, that
But
that would have been. I just embrace the horror, embrace like the terror.
yeah, it's fucking dinosaurs, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. And I've also have a bad again personal thing too. I also had a bad experience on the ride at Universal where I was there maybe before COVID hit. And on the ride, I got stuck on the Jurassic World ride, and I was like, "This makes me hate the franchise even more."
Bro,
For 25 minutes, like this,
for 20, I would never go back to Universal Studios.
and I said, "This is what I get for not liking this franchise." I mean, this proves my point. But again, if you are a fan of this franchise, I think you might. What's funny, I was hearing some other things, some other people about it, like people who love the franchise liked it a lot. People who love the franchise also didn't like it. I'm hearing kind of like mixed things. People who love it, but I think for like for like the older kids, like the tweens and preteens. Again, it's a summer popcorn flick for like
Yeah.
they can you bring your kids to and a family thing. Go to the drive-in and watch it. But I think overall though, it just again, this franchise is not made for me. I'm not made for this franchise. So I think I've given all these movies threes. So it's gonna be a show of threes tonight. I
Damn.
think I think I'm giving this a three as well. I think I gave Jurassic World, the first Jurassic, the one with Chris Pratt, a one. I remember seeing that in high school with some friends, and I said, "Nah, fam,
Nah, when they
nah,
dropped the trailer
fam."
for that, I'm not interested. This is just the first one, but y'all are trying to do it bigger, which doesn't make any sense because like again, like stop. It's kind of what Jeff Goldblum was saying in the first one, like, and I'm paraphrasing, but stop fucking around with shit that you
Okay,
fucking around with.
thank you. That has always been my biggest problem with this franchise. Do you not think like, oh, we can control dinosaurs? No, they're
Yeah,
fucking
you really
dinosaurs.
think this is a good idea? What was his line in that movie? He's like, you're wondering so much, like, can we
Yes,
do this that you're not questioning? Like, should we? You're more concerned with can we do this, and you're not worried about like should we be doing this? And it's kind of that whole Frankenstein thing, like so I'm like, yes, you can create life in such a way, but maybe you shouldn't be doing this because who knows what's going to happen afterwards. And then you read the book, you watch the movie, whatever, and his life just goes to shit afterwards.
yes.
Same thing with this. Y'all made dinosaurs, like everybody keeps fucking dying. The dinosaurs keep running out of control, running amok. And then for whatever reason, y'all just keep doing this. And then y'all, after all of that shit happens, you get the broad idea, like, you know what? Let's make bigger, more dangerous dinosaurs. And then Loki with this one, you know, let's not make them like bigger, but let's like, you know, let's start fucking crossbreeding them motherfuckers, man. Let's make different types of dinosaurs, but also bigger and scarier. From a movie perspective, like, okay, bet, but like, if I was the people in this universe, bro, if I was like the president here, like, I'm shutting this shit down.
Yes.
I'm like, I can't believe I have to make this a law. It is illegal to make fucking dinosaurs in the 21st century.
Yes. And just stop. And again, there's not spoiler, of course, but there's when certain characters turn out to be certain characters, I'm just like, oh no, surprise, surprise. Like, oh really? Like,
Yeah,
who saw that coming?
yeah, some of it was a bit
It's like,
cliched.
come on. But yeah, I don't know. I suppose been my biggest problem with this movie is that if you think you can play God, think again because
Yeah.
the moment you start thinking, oh, I can create life, I can recreate again. Whole thing, good point. But the whole Frankenstein thing, it's always no pun intended, always gonna bite you in the ass. It's
Yeah.
it's always gonna bite you in the ass. Stop fucking with stuff that you do
It's
not
not the move.
you don't you know what the capabilities are. And every time they build something like, oh, this happened, it's like, stop. You're causing more issues. That's why. Also, too, I think in a movie too, if you bring personal baggage into a movie too, that could probably affect your like your experience. When I saw Jurassic World with some friends in high school, we just got off taking the ACTs for the second time. So taking it again, I was like, oh man, like kind of like oof mood.
Yeah.
And yeah, spoiler, I wasn't the best tester in college or high school. I was more
Trust me,
the
I wasn't either. I
we're
had
more,
no reason to finish school.
we're more the creatives, man. We're more
Yeah.
the auteurs, more the creatives. Um, uh, and I remember walking in, like I was kind of like, kind of like cool, still kind of stressed of like, man, I was a red day, and my friends and I saw Jurassic World, and it was opening weekend, whatever. I was sitting there, and I was like, and all of them were like, like digging it. And I was like, is this me? This movie is straight ass. And I was like, yeah. And like, oh yeah, man, that was so cool. And I said, I think Joel was there too. And I was like, what? I said, all of them was subjective, but I was like, dude, we all seen the same movie. Oh man, that was so much fun. And I said, okay,
Yeah,
I'm the
you're like
odd man
this.
out.
This wasn't for me, fam.
To quote the prophet Randy Jackson, it's a no for me, dog. And we'll end on that when Moses sees it. He'll probably love it. And we'll probably ask him when he sees it. But you gave it a 7.2. You said out of 10.
Yeah, 7.2 out
Wow,
of 10.
yeah, you are more of the positive reviewer this week, my friend. 'Cause I'm going with a big old 3 out of
Hey,
10.
listen, man, they can't all be winners.
I know, and I feel bad walking out last week too. Like the other day, we saw Megan the other day too. I walked out. I was like, damn, man, 2 screenings back to back where I was like, I didn't like it. But honesty. This is what we do the show. Honesty. You will find This show is all about full transparency, full honest reviews, and it's what we bring here for you. As Nick said before too, help us, help you, help me,
Exactly.
help you.
Yes,
But
yes.
but that is this week in movies, everybody.